everybody, I'm Nicole. I'm a writer, a freelance editor, and today I am wearing a weird shirt. I feel a little bit like Ace Ventura in this thing. May not have been a good choice. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Today's day 3. I mentioned last time that I am going to do something a little bit different. That is, I'm writing at home. My husband is away, so I have the apartment all to myself, and I don't really understand why I kept going to my office to do my writing, because my office is where I do my work, my client stuff. So at home is where I do my writing and my creative stuff. It just makes more sense to be creative where I'm usually creative. Duh, Nicole. Can't believe it took me 3 days to figure that out. Anyway, not only am I in a different location, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm not gonna do a whole lot of writing, so you're not gonna see my fingers on the keyboards as much. My story actually has 2 point of views, and I realized that I kind of need to develop his character a little bit more, so that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna write out a character arc for him. With that being said, I want to start off with a book haul. The first book that I got is The Emotional Thesaurus. It's not really like a craft book in the sense of like how to, it's more of like a reference book for different kind of emotions and how people display these kinds of emotions. There are a couple of chapters in the beginning that are like a little bit more crafty, like how to show emotion through dialogue and all that stuff, but for the most part, it is a list of emotions that humans can have and how they display them. So for example, if a character feels moved, there's a definition, first of all, and then there's a list of physical signs of being moved, like one's hand covering the heart, eyes glistening, smiling broadly, and there's a huge list. And then there's internal sensations that you can describe your character who feels moved, such as a prickle in the nose or behind the eyes, a thickness in the throat, blah, blah, blah. Mental responses, such as an overwhelming sense of relief, scattered thoughts, or overall foggy mental state. And then there's acute or long-term responses for this emotion. So if your character is constantly feeling moved, I guess it's a thing that people could be. They could be passing out, hyperventilating, getting hiccups from prolonged crying. This is definitely describing me. I really should talk to a professional about this. Anyway, this is a really good book. I have some clients that have come to me where they've mentioned that their critique partners are saying that their character feels a little bit flat. So if this is a criticism that you are constantly getting, it could be that you don't have enough emotional responses from your character. I highly recommend this book. I'm going to link it down to the description down below for Amazon, but I'm sure you can get it in other places. And then the other book that I got, Save the Cat Writes a Novel. I know a lot of authortubers and booktubers, probably just authortubers though, they mentioned this book. This is a book that I actually own the ebook of this, but I had to get a physical copy because I find for myself that reference books and how-to books, I relate better to the content if it's like physically in my hand. I love reading stories as ebooks, but for whatever reason, if it's like a nonfiction or how-to, for some reason I need the physical thing in my hand, otherwise it doesn't get in my brain. So Save the Cat Writes a Novel. I am actually going to go through this. I've already bookmarked some sections that I kind of want to skim over because it's going to pertain to the character development that I want to do today for my other protagonist. So with that being said, I'm already coffeeed up. You can tell my energy is high. I better make some tea before I completely explode. And then let's get to character developing. I just finished reading the introduction and the first chapter of the Save the Cat book. And confession time, this was actually my first time reading the first chapter. I know that she mentions that you're supposed to read it from cover to cover first. You know, I like to jump around. I like living on the edge, what can I say? So anyway, I went through and kind of identified both of my characters' problem, their wants, and their goals. And she also talks about the 10 like universal types of stories and types of lessons that people learn. And I found that going through this exercise, both of my characters actually have the same kind of universal life lesson that they need to learn, which is really good, because even though they're coming from two different points of view, two different life experiences, the plot, I think my plot will work for them to achieve their need, which is essentially the same. So, but in very different ways. So, now that I've done that, I think I'm gonna go through the beats again, and just to kind of make sure that what I do have planned, kind of like follows that structure, and then I'm going to explore my characters a little bit more, get into the root of their problem, especially for my second character. My one character, Piper, she's good. I know what she's doing. I know the lessons that she needs to learn, but my second character, I don't know. He's a little bit of a mystery for me right now, so I'm definitely gonna focus on him. Ooh, my lighting just got better. I don't have any like studio lights in my apartment, so I do apologize for all the shadows and the little raccoon eyes I've got going on. Anyway, so yeah, today I'm gonna focus on my second narrator, and really get to the root of his story and where he needs to go, what he needs to do. I think the plot that I've come up with is actually pretty good for him. I just need to get into his brain more. So that's what I'm gonna do. I think it's snack time, but like, let's face it, it's me, it's always snack time. Okay, so apparently I'm making another what I eat in a day video. If you didn't see the first one, you can check out my day one vlog where I mow through a ton of Hungarian food. It's really wonderful to watch. Kidding, but if you're interested, you can definitely check out that video. Anyway, so if you're wondering what this crumbly stuff is, it's falafel. I like to crumple my falafel up. It's homemade falafel, I should mention. My husband makes it. It's amazing. I like to crumple it up and put it in the microwave for a couple of seconds because I don't like cold falafel. It's not really my jam. So yeah, and then I have some hummus in a wrap, and I'm just gonna put on a little bit of salad, some tomatoes, crumple up some feta in there, and then I just wrap it up and stuff it into my face. So in case you're wondering, that's what I'm eating. Okay, I have gobbled up my little falafel wrap that you saw, and I thought that I would have an apple for afterwards, but we actually don't have apples. But I did find some nectarines. So I tried cutting the nectarine in half, and this is how it turned out. So if you're wondering if you can cut nectarines, it's debatable. Update on the nectarine situation. It is in my belly, but I just realized that I tried to cut it with a butter knife. So guess who does the cooking in my relationship? Not me. Well, sometimes, rarely. Anyway, back to work. I have my Scrivener document open. I have the plot points that I had kind of pre-planned, and I have my Save the Cat novel. Save the Cat writes a novel. So going through the 15 beats, I'm going to kind of cross-reference this with this and make sure that I'm kind of on track. And then I'm going to, while I'm doing that, I'm going to take my second character, whose point of view I'm working on today, and kind of making sure that his character arc is kind of in line with the plot A that I have outlined. So yeah, let's get to work. So I've worked through some of the character issues. I think I understand my character a little bit better. There's still a couple of things that I'm like, I don't know. But I think I'm gonna leave it at that for today because I'm kind of a discovery writer. Well, I'm definitely a discovery writer, but I have a better sense of the chapters that I have from my second point of view. I have a better sense of where that's gonna go, how that's gonna happen, and why my character is gonna go the way he goes and all that good stuff. So all in all, I think I had a really good day. Total words written is 0. Well, 0 in my actual draft, but I think that I did something a lot better, and that is got to know my character a little bit more. So this was definitely not a waste for me. This was a good day. I'm glad I stayed at home. I felt a lot more relaxed. Not that I'm not relaxed in my office, it's just a different energy, a different atmosphere, mainly because I work there. I don't write there usually. So yeah, this was good. Let me know if my shirt is a little too loud. I don't know. Guys, I'm still on the fence about it. I even forewent makeup today because I don't know. I feel like it just overwhelms. I'm not really a pattern person. Anyway, let me know in the comments how your writing goals are going. I would love to know what your writing process is like. I'd love to give it a shot. Stay tuned for day 4. Probably going to do quite a bit of work on my manuscript for day 4, so I'm gonna go outside. I've realized I've been inside all day and I don't want to miss out on this 1 week of Canadian summer. I know I said that before, but it's true. Anyway, until tomorrow, bye!